So the lyric in Red Hot Chili Peppers song. What song is this? Danny California. Simultaneous release.
Yeah.
What is that when he's peeing and pooing at the same time? Or is he getting a Blumpkin?
Simultaneous release.
That's the best. That's the perfect when you've timed it just right. And you just get the exact same exit.
Yeah, I've been getting this video in my feed that's like, every poo time is a pee time, but not every pee time is a poo time. And it's over like Buddhist music. It's supposed to be like the wisdom of the ancients.
Interesting. Well, what if the Red Hot Chili Peppers was trying to tell us something different?
Yeah.
That they're supposed to be unified.
They're unified. It's like yin and yang.
Yeah, it's kind of reaching nirvana when you become totally one with everything.
Yes.
You lose individualism. You lose the self.
Pee and poo.
One homogeneous substance.
Yin and yang.
Yes. Isn't it yin and yang?
Yeah.
Everyone says yin and yang.
It's definitely, yeah, I think it's yin.
Yeah, it's it means the dark and light side of a hill.
Oh.
I believe.
Of a hill specifically?
Yeah, I think that's where it comes from. And then they have all these associated, because like for Taoism, the way, then I believe that's the deriving of the yin and yang. And it's like they have all these complementing characteristics, like male, female, left, right, dog, cat,
gay, straight, glasses, no glasses, earwax, ear free, yeah,
tall, short,
yeah,
yes, they do all these compliments, but I think it comes from the dark and the light side of the hill as the shadow passes, which is to say they're the same thing. It's the hill,
right? The
hill is the way. It's the one, but there's two aspects to it.
Hill is the way.
The duality of man.
Of hills. The
duality of hills. I was also thinking of another, a couple Red Hot Chili Peppers things. One of them being,
tell me.
You know how causes will get behind like an anthem, but it's not written for that cause, but because
like Christian people behind Madonna's "Like a Prayer."
Yeah, or like a virgin.
Yeah, or like a virgin.
Yeah,
down
like
on my knees, I'll take you
but
there.
It's scar tissue, but it's for like it's the transgender movement really got behind the.
Oh really?
No, they didn't.
I know scar tissue, but I don't know the lyrics enough.
It's a similar idea about just like transformation, but the scar tissue,
right?
It's got a
grafting and stuff.
Yeah, surgeries and whatnot. It's got some inclination. I was watching a commercial, and it was some corporate commercial for, I don't know, maybe a corporate services thing, and it was some person in an office setting, and they're like, "You're a rock star," and it's like, "Thanks for giving me that document. You're a rock star, Jimmy." And he's like, "No problem." And then they had all these like has-been rock stars be like, "No, I'm a rock star."
Why?
But they weren't like the big ones. They were like C-level. There was like, I don't know, honestly couldn't name any of them, but it looked like it's like the second guitarist from Genesis. Those kinds of things, like big bands, but you can't. A rockhead would.
Right, Eric Clapton's drummer.
A rockhead would know who that person is, but the common person wouldn't.
I'm a rock star.
No, I'm a rock star. And they just had these things, and there's like has-been rock stars selling out is so funny. And then it also made me think of the Red Hot Chili Peppers being in the commercial, which made me laugh, because just thinking of like Anthony Kiedis just being like trying to be in just trying to be in a commercial. He is sober now, but he's just so bizarre. And then he's like, "Hey, take your prep. We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers." Because all those prep commercials keep going. Just like John Forsythe.
Did you see him getting tested for AIDS?
Yeah, and
Flea.
Anthony and Flea being like, make sure you take your prep, guys. Or like Rage Against the Machine. Like you have like what's his name? The lead singer,
George Yiannopoulos.
No, I forget his name. Doesn't matter. But it's just like having guys who are known as kind of like hardcore, unique anti-establishment. Like it just being like in an advertisement is very, very funny.
Yeah, for like corporate pleasure and dispersal
prep.
of capitalism and prep.
Yeah.
I saw an ad the other day that Lamborghini is making a baby carriage that has a whole bunch of it has Lamborghini suspension, stuff like that, and it's selling for $5,000.
That makes sense. People love... Oh, the Lamborghini thing, though, is interesting because people are Ferrari heads. Ferrari has a specific cult following. Lamborghini is less so. I think Lamborghinis are often looked down upon by older car collectors. They're for children to put on their walls. You put a Lamborghini on it, but the Ferraris are the Ferrari heads. But that makes sense. Lamborghini would do something like that.
Yeah, they're only making 500 of them, so they're basically kind of like Bitcoin. There's only a set amount on the market.
They should make a Cybertruck version of that, and then each one comes with a Joe Rogan arrow in it.
Yeah, that'd be
we'll shoot your baby with an arrow.
The glass shatters when you touch it.
Yeah.
And everyone goes, "That's so cool that you have that."
Just putting a baby in a Cybertruck carriage. He's like, "Check this out!" Smash it with a hammer. He's like, "Oh
fuck!
Oh shit! that fucked
baby
up."
No, I was thinking of this because you know how in Transformers the Bumblebee character is a car. So I was thinking about if this Transformers disguised form is a Lamborghini stroller. And some mom just has it, and then he just transforms into a Transformer. She goes the Lambo ate my baby. It's just Australian
moment.
The Dingo movie. Meryl Streep.
It's Australian because Love on the Spectrum is really Australian, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know how they do
Great
bad
show.
Mismatches sometimes?
Yeah.
People who have different social acuity.
I like trains, and then the other one's I like rabbits, and then they just don't get along.
Not that, but yeah, they're like, oh, this is a deal breaker.
This is a deal breaker.
Because trains and rabbits are different.
Oh, I hate rabbits.
But it's different social acuity sometimes. They put people...
Read IQ?
I don't know if they're actual IQs, but people who are more socially attuned, even though they're maybe quite heavily on the spectrum, and they'll put them with people who are a couple maybe
they're tweaking a bit in comparison,
a couple steps below, and they can do that kind of poorly sometimes. Most times are good, but sometimes there's some real mismatches on the interaction level, especially the communication level, and it would be fun. It's they just have no clue, and they're just trying to find more people with disabilities or autism, and they're just struggling. And
they ran out of autistic people.
They ran out of autistic people, and they just have a blind guy, and he's
completely normal.
He's completely normal. He's it's really nice to meet. He's British. You'd be Australian. Really nice to meet you, Abigail. And he's and she's like, yeah.
What anime do you listen to?
And he's like, I'm not sure. Yeah, this is a horrible Australian accent. And then he's talking to the person. They're like, well, did you like Abigail? And he's like, yeah, she was not very talkative though. And it's like, yeah, she's
she has Down syndrome. So
and it's she has Down syndrome. And
it's I couldn't see that.
And he's like,
I'm blind.
What show am I on? He's like, you're on the spectrum. He's like, I'm not on the spectrum. What are you talking?
Blind.
I'm just blind. Yeah, but where's the blindness come from? Head stuff. And it's they're just not knowing at all.
Yeah. Extra chromosome makes you go blind, eh?
Yeah. Really? Or because Love is Blind was on, and imagine it's called Love is Blind, Deaf and Dumb, and it's just people who have all three, Helen Keller.
They're in the pods.
They're in the pods, just
They're just leaning up against the wall, just going.
And then, what's it? What are the two hosts? What are their names?
Nick Lachey,
and Victoria Lachey,
Veronica.
But either way, they're just such idiots that they're like, no, you're in love, go for it. They're just running out of people, and then they open up the. You know how they meet in the tunnel after they get engaged, or like that long room, and they open the doors, and they're just standing there, and they're just like, and they're just like running in circles, like no,
together. And
producers bring them together, and they're just like
they start
making out. They're like, no.
They just start doing it.
Like,
no, stop!
It's like, did you communicate?
They can't hear you. You have to grab them.
Did you tell them they were on a TV show? We did. I don't know if they know what a TV.
They don't know what Braille is. We were rubbing them with Braille.
I don't think they know what TV is, to be honest. It's like, I don't know how we would have communicated that. It's like, how did you get them? It's like, how did you find so many of them? There's 30 of them in this room.
That would actually be awesome to have.
All of them are drunk. All of them are extremely drunk.
People who couldn't communicate, but then, like, it's shot with the same sort of trope, like, arcs that happen. And there's like the music happening overwards, and so you can just tell, even though they're just like grunting at each other, what's going on. Like maybe one of them, was a surrogate mother for another family or something, and that's revealed through some grunts, and then
they have subtitles.
Yeah,
like, you don't know what they're saying. Don't pretend you're doing that.
The Veronica Lachey lady would spin it like. Yeah, so like Nick and I, we had this one period in our relationship where both of us got into a car accident, and we really needed that point of being like a vegetable in a hospital to really bring us like closer together.
They're so ridiculous. It's so bad.
They're from the devil, honestly.
That one's not as bad as the Ultimatum, which is
Ultimatum.
It doesn't make
is
any
actually
sense.
From the devil.
Like they wing it every time. They have
the rules, the show format is never the same.
It's not consistent.
They're like, oh, that didn't really work last time, so let's.
Well, because it doesn't make any sense. No. And they're sitting at a dinner table, and they're like, now choose your person, I guess. And they're like, I choose you. And they're like, well, I don't want to be chosen by this person. They're like. Okay, I guess you choose.
You choose now,
or you choose again.
Yeah, wait. Wait.
And then some people don't get chosen, and they're like, I guess you go home.
And those whole sessions at the dinner table, where they all just like stand up and voice their issues with their spouse in front of everyone is just the most uncomfortable.
Or it's not their spouse, right?
Or they're
dating.
They're the person they're wanting to get engaged to. Their significant other.
It would be funny if they were married.
It would be funny. Yeah, I'd agree.
It's the Lachey's. What was it for the Love Is Blind thing?
I mean, both of them are just gamifying marriage. Like it's.
Well, it's a reality TV show.
Yeah,
so of course, it's just for money. It's literally the name of the game.
It's so messed up.
It's media. Well, the funny thing is, it was on the. When they all get together at the end of Love Is Blind.
Mm-hmm. The reunion or whatever.
The reunion when they're all in like the panel, and Nick and Victoria.
Nick Lachey is wearing a tight little t-shirt.
And they're moderating almost.
Mm-hmm.
And it always the guy, not always, but often there's like one or two guys who just look so dumb, and it's not because they did anything that was like that bad. It's just they did not know how to game the system, and the girls on it are so prepared and like so hungry to go after it, and the guy's like,
I don't know. I just thought you weren't that attractive.
And they're all like, oh my goodness.
Oh my god, wow.
What was the most recent one? There was the guy, and he was like, yeah, we're just going over, let's go over our questions. And he's like, he said that he wanted to go over the questions for the reunion. Everyone's like, oh, and it's like, aren't you all trying to be influencers? Like, isn't that not a true thing? But the fact that he said it to the girl that he didn't get with and that they had beef, it was the mistake. It wasn't the fact that he did it, because they all certainly rehearsed what they would say, clearly, because why are they all so concise with their answers? But I guess it's edited, so that makes sense. But that being said, I'm sure they rehearsed what they were going to say and went over stuff and talked in the mirror. But it's the fact that he said he wanted to rehearse it, and he didn't know how to like play the drama system.
Yeah,
they get shafted. Like, some guys do bad things, some girls do bad things, but then a lot of them get in trouble for not doing anything bad. They just get.
I'd say there's generally like a difference between the sexes in terms of how much they get blasted on stage at the reunion. Like there's some ladies who definitely like were supported rather than like torn down for being just kind of like shitty people. Just being like, yeah, like you're an independent like boss queen, like don't even worry about it. Like
yeah, it's probably they're all probably whatever people. Yeah. They're like probably pretty, blasé, not that bad. You know what I mean? They're probably normal people, more or less. They're not actually like...
I wouldn't say they're normal people. You have to be a certain type of weirdo to go on one of those shows.
That is true. But then there's like the oblivious ones who are just like, yeah, I'm here because I believe in the system. Play the system.
Yeah, back in the pods, like, she was so great, but, like, back in the real world, the real world hits you a certain type of way, and, like, back in the pods, like, the back in the pods thing is so the worst. The freaking lexicon that comes out of that show is so annoying. The worst part, though, is that now there are, like, enough seasons that they can talk to regular people in this way, and people understand what they're saying. But the first few seasons are incredible because they'll go back and they'll say their family, they'll be like, yeah, like Jennifer was so freaking awesome in the pods, we had such good conversation in the pods, and then everyone goes like, hold up a second, what are you fucking talking about? Like, no one knows.
It is very funny. It's also funny because it's still, maybe not in the last season, but whenever they go to the altar, every single family is always taken by surprise. Like whenever there's a no or like a big upset, they're like, "Wait, what was this?" They just don't know what's going on. Wait, he said no.
He said no.
I thought this was
a marriage.
I thought this was like they just have no perception that that's what's going to happen, and they're always like, "What is going on here?"
It's also insane that like the demonization of someone who goes, we have issues. We've only known each other for like a month, so I don't think we should get married this exact moment, but we should get married because I love you, but we should like work through some stuff and then get married.
Yes.
And then they're like, no, like the fact that you said no to me right now is like proof that I'm not like worth your time or whatever.
You would have invested at this point. You would have gone all in. Did you watch the most recent season?
I've watched half of it. It's the most boring thing I've ever seen.
There is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Tell me, spoil.
Okay, I'm going to spoil it for you. It's this guy. It's Joey, I think is his name. He's got long hair.
Yeah.
So
and they're all from Minnesota, right? So they all.
Okay, are you actually cool with spoilers?
Yeah, okay. Completely.
So he goes and he longboards up the aisle.
No.
he brings in a longboard. He gets out of the car. The car pulls up to the wedding venue. He's got his tux thrown over his shoulder, the suit bag. He walks out of the SUV that he was sitting in. He throws his longboard down. He longboards 10 feet to the front door, and you're like, what was that? And then there's another scene, and he picks up the longboard, and then he walks inside. And then you're like, why does he have a longboard? And then he just has his longboard in all of the shots with him. And you're like, what is going on? And then he longboards up the aisle, and it was the cringiest thing ever. And he also had an empty wheelchair in the front row of his wedding, and I didn't really watch all the scenes, so I didn't understand the context of it. And his mom is just sobbing looking at it, and his two like dipshit sisters or whatever are like, no, Mom, it's good, Mom, no, it's good. And she's just crying.
Did he used to be disabled or something?
It's supposed to be for his dead sister who is in a wheelchair before she died. So there's just an empty wheelchair in the front row. It's like, how about we remember her not in a wheelchair?
Yeah, I think she can walk. If she's alive in heaven right now,
I like to hope that Jesus gave her some feet.
Yeah, I think she can walk. That is so funny.
So it's an empty wheelchair, and he's just so like literal and cringy with it, and it's horrible. But his sister's being like, "No, Mom, it's good, or just weeping for her dead child who must have had I don't know what condition that she was in a wheelchair for before she died. But
damn,
it's like how do you just put a chair there?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say it's like for Elijah or something. You know how like the Jews have a seat for Elijah during the Passover?
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, interesting.
During a Seder meal. Did you know that the I was speaking of Jesus. I was thinking about like descendants of religious leaders, and you know the current king of Jordan, because Jordan's a constitutional monarchy. The current king, his whole family claims to be like a 42nd generation descendant of Muhammad, and they have a full like family tree. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Well, yeah, Muhammad had a lot of kids, so I'm sure there's people who can track their lineage back to him.
That's so cool, just to be like have your like
of God.
Yeah. Jesus had a bunch of kids. Be like, yeah, I'm like this descendant of Jesus.
Not the same at all.
Like also Joseph Smith had a lot of kids, so they're descendants of Joseph Smith as well.
Yeah, I actually don't know how many kids he had.
He had quite a few. I think he had a bunch of wives.
That's have you ever seen the Da Vinci Code or read the Da Vinci Code?
I've seen that movie, yeah.
What's his name? Something
Isn't that
Brown.
convenient? Just to spoil the Da Vinci Code, isn't it convenient that like the one lady who he needs to solve all these, she's like the archaeological expert on Da Vinci or whatever, and she just happens to be the only remaining descendant of Jesus.
It is very convenient. I think I've never read the book, and the movie is
that's
dog
hand,
shit, and
baby.
it's hilarious. But I think in the book it explains that her whole life was like orchestrated, and if it doesn't do that, it should have.
It was orchestrated by like Providence?
No, but it's like because they conceived her like through a ritual. Like she was conceived by the Priory of Sion or whatever. This is all fake.
I don't remember this.
I'm pretty sure that's in the movie, and I'm pretty sure that's in the book, and I think it's like all. There's like a reason that it's
to
that
explain
it's convenient.
the convenience.
It's like
right,
that this
okay.
organization basically wrote her life before her and led her,
right.
like guided her through the shadows.
And was that the albino Opus Dei people?
No, that's the opposite. I think the albino Opus Dei guy is like, so the Priory of Sion is the non-church entity that is trying to reach some sort of fulfillment, I don't know, of a prophecy or something like that, and they're kind of in odds with the Catholic Church, who are kind of trying to keep this all under wrap, keep the Da Vinci Code secret, keep, it unknown that Jesus had heirs, these kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what, but it's so funny, the approach they take, like, is it Dan Brown? He's just so stupid. He had a really funny thing because like he retconned his stuff to like reality almost, where when he released it, he was like, this is a fictional book, and then he just kept writing them enough to where he started just believing that they were real, and he's like, no, actually the first book is based on a lot of reality. It's like, well, when it came out you said it was a completely fictional book based on nothing, so where is the stuff that it was based off of? It's based on nothing,
right?
Like zero. But he just like started saying like, yeah, no, it's actually
like, it's real.
It's yeah, like it's actually based on a lot. We don't know 100%, but like it's based on a lot of archaeological evidence. It's like, no, it's not. You said it wasn't. It's very funny. And in the start of that movie, it's hilarious because there's that scene with Tom Hanks and he's like giving a presentation.
Yeah.
And he's going through his clicker and he's like in some sort of study hall giving a presentation on symbology, and he's like, symbols, they're different in all cultures. Click. And he's like, what do you think this is? And they're like, swastika, Hitler. And he's like, no, Hinduism. And they're like, oh. And then he does the next one. And then he's like, what do you think this is? And it's like a
Hitler.
And he's like, and it's a guy in what looks like a KKK.
Right.
And they're like, KKK, racism. And he's like, no, it's actually a group of monks from like some sort of European Christian tradition that have white like cassocks clothes and like cone-shaped hats, like I don't know, the religious wear, which I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. But the last one is hilarious. He clicks it and it's just like a picture and it's just like kind of a trident, and they're like, the devil's pitchfork, and he's like, no, it's Poseidon's trident. Whoa. And it's like, okay, the first one, believable, but also like everyone knows that, but it was written a while back, people were less informed. Maybe a lot of people didn't know that the swastika had Hindu roots. That being said, the second one, it's like, okay. The third one, he could not think of a third image in the world that has any sort of like semblance of, oh, this is what we think of it.
Yeah,
but this
I think most people would definitely go for the trident over a devil's pitchfork.
Yeah, it's like no.
Did he have an image of like a devil holding?
No, it was clearly Poseidon holding a pitchfork. And he goes, "What do you think this is?" Like the devil holding a pitchfork. It's like, no, it's Poseidon. He's like, yeah, because it's a picture of Poseidon holding a pitchfork. And like the devil pitchfork is also such like a cartoon image. Mm-hmm. It's not like translated in any sort of like real consciousness of like the image of the devil. The goat is probably a better, like more relevant symbol of
maybe 666. You could put in there as well.
Yeah, of
maybe
the devil
a little
than
pentagram. If it was a pentagram, and then being like, what is this? And then he's like, that's actually the Care Bears, like. Summon circle, so you're wrong. Like that would be a very interesting
Care Bears summon circle.
It's not about the devil, it's Care Bears.
It's like it's just the stupidest symbols, unrelated. It's like no, that's not a box. That's actually the top of Tinky Pinky's head from the Teletubbies. You know how they have the box and the triangle and the circle on the top of their head? So it's not actually a square. It's like, but it is still a square, right? It's like, it was a square like you thought.
That's not Mussolini's hat.
Triangle, Illuminati. No, it's Tinky Pinky's.
Tinky Pinky Winky.
He's Tinky Pinky's head. The triangle. You remember this laughing baby in the sun? And the weird vacuum with the long nose?
Yeah.
And they live inside of a hill? Remember that acid trip?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I was thinking, you know how there's... So before I get to that, I watched recently. It was like a clip from I don't know who was doing it. Maybe on Business Insider or Vice, and it was like, why are 1,000 people locked in a room playing foot soccer on live cameras? It was like, I don't know why. I don't know that was a thing.
Is that a thing? Can I watch?
And it's like there's tons of live stream videos of these like aerial shots of like the top of people's heads, and they're sitting in chairs 1v1, maybe 5 feet apart, and they're just trying to kick a ball and like get it into a net basically that they're sitting on.
Yeah.
And so it's like these weird things, and they're just like all lined up in a grid that you like watch them all at once, and they're live streamed constantly, and you like bet on them, and I think they're like chained to it. It's crazy. And it's like, this is like a weird underground gambling thing. It's like for like, it's just such degenerate gambling where you're just like, football, go, and it's basically like, because people love sports betting, for lots of reasons, but one of them is just to watch a game and then bet on it, not like something more than roulette, like some sort of, and so you need to simplify a game to its like most discrete parts, basically a sport. You're like, okay, what is the basics of soccer? 2 people, feet, ball. It's like, how do we get as many soccer games, quote unquote, in one room at once at all times? Like, it was like, so that is the basic form of soccer. So it's like betting on soccer, but just betting on this like little window of soccer, which is very funny. But that reminded me, so there's all these like weird little sports that are going on, and in one of them, have you seen the competitive tag?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Where it's like they're running through like industrial jungle gyms.
Yeah.
And they're like spinning.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm a competitive tag runner. Like,
tag runner. I think a lot of them are the people migrated from free running and parkour. They were like, how do we
make money off this?
Because I think that was the limit to the parkour trend.
Right, the parkour trend kind of peaked in that Office episode where they do parkour, and then it's just fallen off.
There's no competition aspect.
Yeah.
So, because you could just do, I'm sure there are parkour competitions where they watch them, they go, oh, he had the best flips and he had the best flips, he gets more, whatever, gets more money from us. Parkour competition. You have $5, you get 10.
Yeah.
But they're like, okay, this is how to like make it a sport. You run after each other and you flip through these things. And it would be fun. It's funny, like you have your fake Joe Rogan style like announcer being like, wow, that was crazy. He's like doing like the after ring commentary, and he's got like a guest host, and he's like, here we have like Quibbly Sprocket, and he's like, he's been he's a champion of the sport since its origins, and it's like, Quibbly, tell you how you got into this sport.
Yeah, hi, I'm Quibbly. I got into this sport when I was at my grandma's house, and then she had this squirrel that I chased that lived in her attic, and I would just chase it about, and then one time I almost caught it, and then I fell on my face, and I went, tomorrow I'm going to catch it, and I never caught it, so it's been my goal to catch that squirrel.
Thanks, Quibbly. And he goes to another guy, maybe, and he goes, hey, Hubert Stampson, why, how'd you get this for? And Hubert Stampson says,
he goes, yeah, so all of what Quibbly just said, yeah, I also had a squirrel in my attic, and I also chased it a whole bunch.
Okay, thanks, Hubert. We don't need to go through it again. There's a third guy, and he says, and I'm going to say something.
Okay.
He's like, and he's like, yeah, I've like been in this sport for like, I don't know, like 30 years, ever since I was like a teenager. He's like,
30 years?
The sport started in like 2019. Like, have you been such like a big competitor? He's like, yeah, well, I've always been just like kind of running through jungle gyms and like chasing people. And
like at elementary school?
He's like, elementary school. He's like, yeah, I always trying to like grab him and touch him and stuff. He's like, you mean tag him? He's like, yeah, tag him.
Yeah, grab him.
Tag him.
Yeah, tag him.
Touch him. I mean, tag him.
Put him in my band.
Yeah, I'm an expert sprinting through jungle gyms. It just seems like a sport created by pedophiles.
Right. Yes, I would say
How to get through playground obstacles as fast as possible.
Right.
I can grab him.
Brigham Young.
Brigham Young University.
Also sounds like a name for a pedophile.
Yeah.
That sounds like Jeffrey Epstein's friend.
Yeah.
Brigham Young.
Go back to your Mormon thing. Yeah, I think that one's been done before.
Oh, has it?
I think so.
Damn. I thought I was the first person to come up with that.
That would have been good if you did.
Damn.
Let's say you did.
Let's say I did.
In your mind, yes.
Yeah. No, sorry. I was just on this like Mormon binge this past week.
Did you watch Alex O'Connor's Mormon?
I did watch that.
I only watched a couple minutes of it.
But no, I watched some other Mormon stuff. This is very interesting religion. Did you know that Salt Lake City, because Utah was founded by the Mormons, and Salt Lake City, its design is based off city planning that Joseph Smith had made for his city of Zion. So it's just this kind of like congregational sector called like a plat of Zion. It's just a square, and at the center is a temple, and then all the streets are very wide.
So it draws everyone's. You can see the temple basically from wherever.
Yeah, and it's just like these square grids around the temple, very wide streets as well. So it was Salt Lake City, because of this, was actually able to modernize extremely effectively, because they had streets that were wide enough for a carriage to turn around. So when like automobiles became a thing and they had to pave these roads, the streets were wide enough already that it wasn't even a problem.
Thinking.
Yeah. So maybe.
Yeah, I didn't watch. I only watched a little bit of the Mormon thing, and it's like it's interesting on the historicity of it all. It's hard. I don't know. I should maybe watch more, but it's hard for. I feel like Mormons don't have like a leg to stand on like.
Well, they just claim all their witnesses are like these people who were devout followers, and then you go, okay, but in Christianity, same with the apostles, but the things they were witnessing also are very strange. It's always like, oh yeah, Joseph Smith put his head into a hat and then translated this book from stones that were in the hat. Yeah,
and through his seeing stone, which is interesting because so Joseph Smith kind of like, I don't know, there's some information on it. So the seeing stones is a very classic like esoteric tool. Viewing stones, they're basically just like ring-shaped rocks, often made of crystal or nice looking material, and it's a very like old esoteric thing. A lot of ties with the occult, like viewing through seeing stones,
right?
Like viewing dead people through seeing stones, hidden information, like hidden codes, and this kind of gets like, you know, Aleister Crowley, these kinds of like esoteric people to use seeing stones. So I think I remember reading something about Joseph Smith having a past in kind of like the esoteric practices, like, you know, kind of like the history of like the Freemasons, these kinds of things, like hidden.
Oh, so he was like, he would have been exposed to these sort of things.
Yeah, and so you can see that also in the structure of Mormonism. Every religion's got, not every religion, many religions have like secret places or places that are closed off to certain groups. Judaism, Holy of Holies, obviously. Not modern Judaism, doesn't, like, you know, there's a mosque built over where the Holy of Holies was. So, but I can't think of an example in Islam, but I'm sure there's something like that. You know, Catholicism, like historic Christianity's got, you know, there's special little spots that only like certain people go. Like everyone doesn't go back to the, you know, not everyone's standing in the sanctuary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's like there's like exclusive positions, exclusive places. But that's kind of like how the temple is ordered as well, because I believe, but even more so because the Mormon introductory rituals or like maturing rituals, like they're a form of kind of becoming an adult in the church, would be, you know, confirmation for Catholics kind of thing, is very secretive. Like I think like there's enough people have done it and aren't ex-Mormons, so they just tell what it is. And also like their special underwear, you know, like the Mormon special underwear.
Kind of.
It's basically just a white T-shirt and white like boxer shorts, but they're like tight.
Oh, nice.
They're tight and loose at the same time. Like probably the most unflattering pieces of clothes ever.
Okay. Was that what they were designed for? To be unsexy?
I don't know the rationale for it actually. I don't know the history behind it. I think it less has to do with practical terms and more has to do with ritual, like but based in some sort of practice. Like why are Jewish women or Jewish men and women, why do they cover their heads? You know what I mean? That kind of thing with like Orthodox Jews with the yarmulke or women with wigs often.
Yeah.
Like not showing their hair. It's like now it's a part of ritual and practice. It had probably maybe practical roots at one point. You know what I mean? But I can't think of it. But same kind of thing. It's like, you know, you're exposed to these kind of esoteric paths and then you incorporate them into religion and then it adds an extra layer of mystery.
Yeah, I mean, from an outsider, it definitely seems like there were some. He's obviously was obviously an incredibly like smart guy, and I think a lot of the Mormon people appeal to sort of I don't know if is it appeal to ignorance a type of a thing. He's just always painted as this like farm guy. He grew up rural, which is true. So therefore, he couldn't have known any of this stuff like the Freemasons, anything like that. And he's just this dumb farmer guy, which he definitely painted himself as. That was the image he conjured up. So therefore, like the angel, all this revelation he had must have come from a supernatural being.
Yeah, it's interesting because they often, people take that position. It's like saying, oh, this is so impressive because of the background of someone. It's like charlatans are very good.
Yeah, if you're smart, you learn things very quickly.
Yes, and that's not to say he's dumb. Obviously, smart people. It's great. A religion that becomes a major global religion. You were smart.
If you're believing that it's not from supernatural revelation, this guy is basically improving an entire foundational religious text on the spot because he didn't know how to write.
Yeah.
So he got other people. Well, allegedly he didn't know how to write. That was his whole. He didn't know how to write, so he got other people to transcribe his words. Mm-hmm. And he was reading the golden texts, the golden tablets with all their hieroglyphics and stuff on them. But so he's basically just improvising chiasmic poetry and stuff like that.
Yeah, which is really impressive.
Incredibly impressive.
To make beautiful work, or not beautiful work, I've never read it, but work that is captivating to people. So that obviously they read beauty into it for sure. And so it is interesting. So like that requires like a level of literary intelligence that you probably wouldn't have had access to. But that is like, it takes many steps to be, therefore Jews did build the boats and come to America. It's like, no, you have to take several more steps. It's like impressive. It's a mystery. It's strange, but then you gotta work a little bit more to get to those final conclusions.
It's not like I believe in this foundation that God must exist. I believe in this, the religious text. I believe in the values it's espousing, but then also now there's this historical element where I have to believe that ancient Jews came to, and the Garden of Eden is in Jackson County, Missouri. Just a whole bunch of other stuff. Like, if it was actually a dumb farm guy with a revelation, it would have been this guy. If this guy was like a charlatan, if he wasn't some smart guy, he would have had like the golden plates would have been like a WWE belt or something, and then he would have been like rubbing it and coming up with stuff from that.
What's funny, actually, because
NASCAR hat on.
The thing about like modern Christianity in most cases is that it is highly like scientized, if you know what I mean. Like the population of active Christians are relatively scientifically literate among their peers. Like it's like you get less people advocating for young Earth creationism. Like it's a minority position in a lot of Christian denominations. It's like they can't deal with it, and it's kind of like the physicality. It's like too physical. But the thing with the Mormons, and it seems like that, is when they talk about like Jesus came to America. You're like, you think Jesus came to America? But it's the thing is like, no, he appeared in America. It's the whole physical thing doesn't matter, because like, well, if it's God, he can just do anything. So the Garden of Eden could have been in where was it?
Jackson County, Missouri.
Could have been in Jackson County, Missouri, because God could have just transported Adam and Eve back to the Middle East at some point.
That's true.
Or they could have bilocated, or there could be multiple Gardens of Eden that like share one distinct unity, like hylomorphic bond.
Oh my god!
But like several geographic places that are all
like
united.
Every race has their own Garden of Eden.
Maybe, but it's like, you know what I mean. It's thinking in those non-hard physical terms that it's like, yeah, that's probably how you should think if you're talking about the divine.
Yeah, like the Pacific Islanders have their own Garden of Eden.
Maybe.
In Melbourne.
Yeah, and I think, and I don't know their tradition about, did Jesus appear as like a Middle Eastern guy to?
Well, he would have just appeared as himself
as the people of America.
Middle Eastern guy. Oh, I see what you mean.
Oh, so the people of the Americas.
Okay.
Or did he appear?
I thought you were saying, did Jesus appear as a Middle Eastern guy to Middle Eastern people? I was like, yeah.
No, he appeared as a white European. He's from the Middle East. He went to Europe, got white, and then he went to the North America, obviously. And it's like, okay, interesting. But you do that stuff, and even to that effect of like when you talk about the Mormons, like the people make fun of them, like they all get their own planet. I'm sure that guy spoke a little bit more to that effect on that.
He didn't talk about it at all.
Okay, it's interesting.
It is cool.
And it sounds very silly to people. And it's like, yeah, that's...
There are enough planets to go around. You're probably just getting a barren rock, though.
I know, and like, because it's the hard materialization of the spiritual. And like, they're talking about spiritual planets. They're probably, like, I think they do talk about them in physical terms in their religion. Like they do say, like, you live on a physical place. Like it's not your soul disembodied. But that's okay because it's God, and God just suspends reality like in its own. Like you might not live in this universe, you might live in another universe, another dimension where that's not like, we're thinking in space guy terms. We're thinking in Neil deGrasse Tyson terms.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can get around for like how they like think about stuff, kind of lateral approaches,
right,
to those issues.
Well, maybe there was a Latter-day Saints on this. So back in January, there was this asteroid that NASA retrieved organic materials from, like base.
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, this is real.
Oh, okay.
It's super cool. So
because it went back and forth.
was back and forth.
It went on the ground, jumped up.
Yeah, it went on the ground and then it got shot back up
through a volcano.
Oh, that's Vesuvius.
Yes,
that's what happened. Yeah, no, they found amino acids and nucleic acids, a bunch of other like hydrocarbons. Yeah, just had a brain aneurysm. But yeah, a bunch of like building blocks for life in this. They sent a probe out. Probe had this long probe, I guess.
The probe had the probe.
Probe had a probe.
It had a little tingy straw.
Had a tingus, and then it tingus to
the Tina straw.
The Tina straw.
No, that's what it's called.
Drilled or probed into the asteroid, retrieved,
its juices.
Some came back, and then they analyzed.
Rick and Morty style.
They analyzed the material. Yeah, and then they found some base stuff for DNA.
Calling that organic life though is kind of funny because it's just
more like organic, like having hydrocarbons and like the stuff that could, if it was combined, build DNA. That was more of the thing.
Yeah, from like kind of our origin, our supposed origin story,
our bullshit goo and asteroids.
The only goo I came out of.
Okay, so you're telling me there was dinosaurs and then
was my daddy's goo.
My daddy's goo came in on an asteroid and killed the dinosaurs? No, thank you. Yeah, actually, I was could we recreate? Because I have the transcript of the Office
Land Before
discussion.
Time.
Yeah, Land Before Time. No, the boss talking to one of the scientists about the discovery of the.
Yes.
Okay, so. Hey, Richard, come into my office for a second.
Sorry, I have to go to the washroom.
No, Richard, this is fucking everything up. Okay.
Sorry, I ate chalupas. I'm feeling mighty sick.
Okay, Richard, I'll just, talk to you while you're in the stall.
Why are you grabbing me by my tie?
No, Richard. Okay, so, Richard, I know you were homesick today. I just wanted to let you know. Thanks for coming in. But, yeah, the probe, it did come back.
She's a liar.
The probe's a liar. I just wanted to tell you, we did.
She made that up. I wasn't even drunk.
We did find organic material, Richard, through the probe you designed. The probe that probed this asteroid. We found DNA, Richard.
Did she finish? Did the asteroid finish?
The asteroid finished.
That's good.
But Richard, it was human DNA.
Oh, oopsies.
It was your DNA, Richard.
Me like you rocks.
Richard just fucked the probe.
Yeah, you got inside the probe, not the asteroid.
Yeah, he probed.
That makes more sense.
He got probed. It's okay, we got there in the end.
Yeah, he's having sex with a probe. Why would it be called that if you weren't allowed to have sex with it then?
I called it the probator for a reason.
Probator?
Yeah.
Show me your probator and I'll show you some data. Welcome to my SATA.
Yeah.
What's what was that? Oh yeah, but the amino acids thing.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
It's not, well, no, I'm thinking about it more and it's not that crazy at all.
Okay.
Because amino acids then aren't they a reasonable outcome of chemical systems?
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable. It's just more so
not reasonable, I guess is not the right word. Probable outcome?
Yeah, probable outputs of chemical reactions. Yeah, and the whole thing was that it had a bunch of radioactive material at the center of it that was giving off radiation in space, so it was kind of keeping these hydrocarbons warm enough that they could exist. It's more so that it just shows that it's gives credence to the theory of an asteroid with these compounds impacting on Earth,
or those compounds just forming naturally on Earth.
Exactly,
because the asteroid doesn't need to hit.
Yeah,
it could have introduced some aspect, but you don't have to complicate the system. Actually, would have been less likely if an asteroid hit, because you had to find the odds of an asteroid hitting with also having amino acids in it versus just having a positive chemical system on Earth that creates these outcomes of having acids. Well, because amino acids and nucleic acids, what are they made of? Do you know what they're made of? Like, what's the...
No.
Because they're made of elements.
They're made of... I think there's some C's and some H's in there.
So they're hydrogen.
There's some O's as well.
Hydrogen, oxygen, C's is carbon.
Is there N's in there?
Nitrogen.
Is there I's?
Iodine.
Is there AU's?
Gold.
I think there's just a lot of elements. Oh, I'm thinking of the table.
Oh, the table. I'll show you a table. The periodic table. Listen to me, kids.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Your brain just broke.
Yeah, that was stupid. No, but wouldn't it just be not that hard to get those in other cases? Because it's just the...
Yeah.
Isn't the miracle of life
when
you find a woman and she likes you and you like her?
Right.
Isn't that the miracle of life?
Yeah, and you shouldn't reduce her to amino or nucleic acids.
No.
On an asteroid.
Girl, you just mind amino acids.
That is the miracle of life. I don't know why we have to find out where life came from.
The acids coming together and then making complex life. That's the sitch.
Yeah, the acids coming together.
So that'd be because saying organic compounds is not like... That's
just CHs, bro. That's all that means.
Isn't just like sedimentary rock an organic compound?
No, I don't.
Well, what is organic then?
I don't know. CHs.
I thought organic was just without... I guess in a modern day it has...
I don't think rock is hydrocarbon. I don't know. I don't know enough about...
Oh, because it wouldn't be hydrocarbons, though. Hydrocarbons are natural gas, a hydrocarbon.
Mm-hmm. That's not rock. But
you're right. It's not rock. Petroleum is a hydrocarbon.
I think that's why it's interesting. Is because it's a bunch of hydrocarbons that are floating in space.
Yeah, so you need really dense environments, and you kind of... Well, what was the thing? It's like, oil is old dinosaurs because old organics.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like not true. It's like I think they have estimated like that most of our oil... Actually, let me step back to that. I have no clue how much of the oil, but they were highly debating whether the oil that we find in the ground is actually
Russian,
directly connected. Yeah, Russian or Chinese. We can never make heads or tails of this
Which
oil
is it?
Anymore. No, directly connected to an organic life form at one point.
Right.
Just be life form, like plants or animal or microbes or whatever it be. I don't think they actually think that is like a one-to-one, like that oil derives through another process that's not the decomposition of life.
So why the fuck do we call them fossil fuels then?
I don't know. It's made of bones. Putting bones in your car.
I mean, asteroids are kind of fossil fuel.
They're kind of bones. They're the bones of space.
They turned fucking dinosaurs to fuel for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. Very good point. Did you know in Quebec, have you ever seen on a map, there's that perfect circular lake?
Hudson Bay?
No, but it's a circular river that goes around a circle island. It's a little... I just noticed on the map yesterday. I was like, what is this?
I've not seen that now.
Apparently an asteroid hit there, and it created it created a circular river that goes around a circular island. I guess it's a lake with an island in it, but it's a very thin amount of water, so it looks like a river that encompasses. I guess it's a lake because it doesn't go anywhere.
I feel like we should name Hudson Bay Gulf of Canada in protest.
We should. Is it a gulf?
It is Gulf. It's Gulf of Mexico.
It's like north. It's like a Gulf of the North Sea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that works. We should in protest.
In protest.
No, we're gonna call this thing that we've always had.
Yeah, we're gonna call it Tesla Bay. Take that.
We're calling Elon Musk is an idiot bay.
Elon Musk is stupid ass.
Elon Musk has never gotten laid.
Yeah. Even though he's gotten laid many times.
It's all through some sort of gross turkey baster situation.
Ew.
Yeah, that guy's had sex. Right. And that means I've had sex. It's like, I don't understand the argument. I've had sex.
I've had sex. I've had sex as much as the Elon guy.
Yeah, as much as that Elon guy.
12?
12 times? Then no.
Not 13.
Not 13.
That's unlucky.
That's a bad number.
I stopped it.
That's something I always heard was like, oh, tall buildings don't have the 13th floor. So
It's true, they don't.
I don't think that's true.
It's not true because it is the 13th floor. It's just called the 14th floor.
But I also just don't think that's true. I was in an elevator recently and it had a 13th floor.
Oh.
Maybe they stopped maybe people got less superstitious.
Yeah. I haven't been looking for 13 floors, but I feel like
Once
lot
you
of
look,
the time,
you'll start finding them everywhere.